Sorry, I'm trying to freeze it at the beginning because when it pops up say, hey, you're live, it actually misses out the beginning. So anyway, I've got music in my head so I can skate to the level I need to skate to. So I thought maybe you might want to come on a skate around the city with me. Um, I am literally, like I say, this is my normal haunt, police station. What's that outside the police station? Let's go be nosy. Um, do you know one thing I love about nighttime is you can pretty much do what you want. Would you like to come on the roundabout with me? Um, I'm going to go and be nosy outside the police station in a minute. Oh, is it a warm jacket, heat jacket? So yeah, come for a little bit of a chill around the city with me, I suppose. Hope you're all feeling well. I've got really mixed feelings coming back from different people about how they feel about the Great Reset and what's going on and how they feel about, oh, I nearly just went straight into a fucking post. Oh dear, let's go around this way, eh? So yeah, lots of people are feeling different about different things, but I have to say what's sort of on my mind at the moment is you know, how the murder of Sarah's being dealt with as well. And I just feel that, you know, the LGBT and the right-wing lesbian feminists and all this stuff need to just really get off the bandwagon and stop exploiting a murder. And what should have happened is for the vigil, every police officer should have actually have bowed the bloody knee in disgrace to one of their own. And, you know, people should have been able to have stand in honour of Sarah and what she's been through. And it shouldn't be about anything else. You know, these family courts, Crown Court, all this stuff that I'm outside now is literally the hub of everything. If I go up on my... Should we go up there? Come on, let's go for a walk with me. Let's go. Let's go. I'll come and show you how I spend my time, how I've spent my time the last sort of 5 years trying to heal, just being here in the city. They've got used to me. I'm under cameras pretty much all day, wherever I go, whatever I do. It's not personal to me. It's just the fact that I live in a city. So even now, as you can see, I'm coming in here and straight away I've got 2 cameras immediately above my head. I should be all right with my signal in here. I can't see how it should go out. There we go. I've got some lights for you as well. It's where all the council vans and everything belong. But let me just go and show you the significance of how small the picture of everything going on is. Hang on a minute. Whoosh. Right, I'm gonna cheat and go up this way. There's still quite a lot of cars in there. I want to come up here to show you something. Whee. I've got my skates on if you don't understand why I'm moving in the way I'm moving. I'll tell you what's going to be so fun is when I come down here in a minute. I might even come down with my phone in my hand and see if I go, oops, arse over tits. Oh, we've got quite a few people up here, hang on. Anyway, how do you feel about curfew as well? As a woman, it's like, what, 11:30 at night or something? And I'm out at night and they're saying that, you know, protect the women, educate your men. Oh my goodness, how many floors have I got? Here we go. And that's not the case. What people should be having a go at is just rapists, clearly. Male, female. It's not one agenda. And I can tell you now, oh fucking hell. I can tell you now that most rapes that happen, it's usually a woman holding the people down. Alright, anyway, welcome to my chill space. I am currently on the top of the car park, and on this side it is Student City, and these buildings, I'll show you all the way through. So these buildings over here, so when I go over to the Civic Hall, so you'll see the clock from here. So you should be able to see the town hall clock. So I'm usually on the other side of that. So all these buildings, all this is all Portsmouth City Council. So this is where Portsmouth City Council is. This is the address. This is where they belong. This is where the chief executive and all people who are directors and people who are in position govern over us all per city. This building down here, we go back to students again, but let me take you down here. Right for a puddle. Oh no, I've got to go up this way. Hang on a minute. Let me take you up here a minute. Oh God, I've got a panic. Uphill. Right, so let me go up this side. And basically, oh look, it's dark, I can see him. Let me just cock my leg over the top here and hold myself on so I don't fall. So basically all this is the back of the court. And then this one, where you can see the lights on here, and then all the way around there is the police station, which is currently being moved. That block down there is probation. And this is, so you can actually see a police car, that's a police car there. So all the police are all parked in there. So where you see all these lights coming on, you can actually see them in there. That's all the police station. So basically, as human beings, we are spiritual beings having a human experience on a world where the creator of our universe divided this entire planet into several, well, it's not an entire planet really, we're just talking about Earth, because obviously there are other galaxies, other planets and other spaces. And well, there's Spinnaker Tower, obviously you usually see. This is a big city, this is a city, believe it or not. So we're born and we come into this planet and we come into this world, and then we come into this, what people call the Matrix. The Matrix doesn't exist in the film The Matrix until AI has come in. So AI has been here for certain things, and it will be here for many other things over time and space. So then obviously we come into human rights. We come into spiritual rights, legal rights, all of these ramifications and things. And then obviously we're born into a family and all these things. But then obviously if you step out of line and step into criminal, you've got the police. And then obviously you've got to spend most of your time on this from birth, literally going through. So hang on a minute. Ugh. So I think there is a nursery through there, I'm not sure. So that's Charter Academy School. So literally most of the people here in council live in big tower blocks. So we've got tower block, that's the tower block. No, I lived in that tower block when, so hang on a minute, let me turn you around the other way. Oh no, because my camera doesn't work properly that way. So I lived in that tower block over there when we first got here, and then I moved into that tower block, and now we're all the way over there out of the tower block. So this is all the probation, this is all the police station, Domino's Pizza. This is residency, then education, and then it's all university. And then obviously council run. And really, all of that stuff exists around us depending on how much it governs our mindset. Like the things with social care. And I've hit the nail on the head with people on why social care is going so bad. And it's such an easy fix. It's just the fact that they only have categories for emotional, physical and sexual abuse. So if you are under mental health, or you have a physical disability, or any of these things, you're all coming under the category of emotional abuse. That's why parents are kicking off, that's why the system is breaking down, and that's why it's all going so wrong. And it's as simple as that. And it really is as simple as that. Trollers come out to say that yes, children are being unnecessarily and unlawfully taken into care. And it is literally about people explaining their circumstances and explaining how it feels to go through the system, how it feels, how the persecution feels, how all of the tick boxes. So they don't even actually write anything down relating to you. They're not asking what your interests are, they're not asking what your hobbies are, they're not asking what you do, how you spend your time. I mean, if they wrote down that I'd like to skate around and you know, like I pretty much skate around the whole city. I love being out at night time. And then they would write things like, you know, mother doesn't safeguard herself, blah, 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 puts herself in risk, blah, 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 blah. I've always loved being out at night. I love the still of the night. I love the quiet and peacefulness of the night. I struggle with the hustle and bustle of the world with too many people. Like I said, I love lockdown. I do, I do. Is the world overpopulated? It's bloody noisy. Anyway, you ready? I love it. I do. I fucking love it. And I love it even more when I come up here with a big boom box and I just literally dance and piss around in my skates. I love it. I love it. So yeah, trying to come the whole way down with me. Shall we go for a bit of a thing? I'm going to come out the back of the city and, you know, who knows what you're doing tonight. Some people may be sitting there really struggling tonight. Me personally, I'm preparing for spring. Obviously, we're coming into this week, Saturday, first day of spring. I'm not an Easter person, by the way. I'm just picking up as I'm doing this as well. For those that you know, I am a smoker and I refuse to pay for baccy. I refuse point blank. So if I choose to smoke, this is the way I do it. I don't give a shit what people think. All gets re-rolled. And hopefully once I start this personal training thing, it will kick. Oh, there you go. I can show you the council office a bit more here. I'm over his side now. But hang on a minute. So here you go. Right, so I'm right over it now. So basically, this is the offices where social services live, and this is the back. So when you're over the other side, and I show you the front, then it all comes all the way back to this sort of side. So I still don't know where the chief executive's office is. That's what I've got to work out. But I do know that housing, social services, things like that. So that building pretty much governs everything. It's you paying for your council tax. It's you paying for your parking tickets. It's your education. It's adult social care. It's children's social care. It's all them little things that basically make up the city, the county, whatever you sort of want to put the britches under. And then basically you're meant to habitat, so you're meant to choose where you live. So you're either going to live in a city, you're going to live in a country, you're going to live in a village, you know, you might like a little bit of suburbia, you might, you know, depending what country. Originally, obviously, we're born by our skin and native country that we move into, but the reality is we can move around and be where we want to be. You know, and then we have a house and all of these responsibilities, and that's what I'm trying to get in order at the moment because I've had so much debt and all sorts. Right, seriously, coming down here with me. You ready? This is what I do. Ooh. Whoa, straight for a fucking puddle! I soaked wet through. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I nearly couldn't stop myself then. I've just gone through. Me, excuse my French. Look, absolutely soaking wet. I've just gone through this bloody massive big mavel. Oh, my roller skates are soaked wet through now. That was lucky. I nearly couldn't stop myself then, but I actually hit that puddle a little bit too hard. It's lucky I didn't go flying, really, isn't it? Are you ready? Seriously, I love it. Yes! Here we go. Seriously, just put some fucking rollerblades on. And I remember when I was a kid, it was so funny. When we used to live in Headley Down, we used to have this hill that we used to go down. And literally, I went down this hill once and I landed in a barbed wire fence. And I literally cut up all the top of me. And yeah, that was it. Because obviously, it's not as easy to stop in roller skates. And these are buggered. Like, seriously, look at my stoppers. Look at my stoppers. Look, these are absolutely knackered. That's how they're sort of meant to be. But this is because I'm forever, that I've completely knackered it. It's actually on the screw. So if I actually use my stoppers, then I'm likely to go KO. I really don't like these ones. These ones, I haven't got. You ready? Ooh. Yes, so my bad. I'm certainly not a pro. I don't claim to be, I'm just somebody having a little bit of fun. In fact, one of my cousins, I noticed on her Facebook, she's been getting out on her skates, and she's been just literally, the fact that she can even stand on them, she's giggling to herself. And sometimes it just literally is, can you stand on a pair of skates? You're gonna fall over, you're gonna fall on your ass. I've done, when I first got back into it, I started by literally going out with the boys on the buggy and just pushing the buggy with my skates on, just to hold on to the buggy. And then eventually I'd have the buggy while the boys, come on, ready? I'm free to do what I want any old time. Yes, of course we are. We are free beings, free human beings. And we can do whatever the fuck we like, really. But someone's got to build all this stuff. Someone's got to pay it all. So we do need some form of structure. Whoa, she nearly crashed into our wall, but she didn't. So yeah, if you've got a car park, like, make the use of it. It's fun. And don't be scared of being out in the dark as well. They're going to put so much fear into you over men are rapists and men do this and women ain't safe and we need a curfew, because it's a war on men. I'm not here to have a war on men. I have sons, I've got a dad. Am I down the bottom? Oh, don't tell me I'm at the bottom. That just spoils my fun. No, I'm not at the bottom. Thank God for that. Yeah. Love it. Ready? Oh my goodness, I've got a car. Hey, luck in my life didn't out then. I nearly crashed into the van. I didn't, but I could have done. My battery's not holding up now, so last one. Holy shit, a macaroni. Uh-oh. Can make as much noise, nobody can hear me. Anyway, ready? So, welcome to Portsmouth City. I'm just going to come around the front of where I was just to show you again, and then I'm going to bugger off and put my phone in my pocket and shoot off home. Now this is when I don't like being on roller skates, when I'm on bump, 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 bump floor, because, and then the other thing around Portsmouth is there's lots of twigs about. So when there's lots of twigs about, you're likely to, it's like hitting a stone and then all of a sudden you go flying. So I really don't like this floor. And I wish this was really, really smooth, because it would encourage a lot of more people getting out, and we've got a lot more scooters coming up around Portsmouth. I don't know what it's like in your areas, whether you're seeing a lot of the electric scooters, but here in the city, it's scooter heaven, electric scooter heaven. People have got electric scooters. Seriously, I'm like a fucking amateur when I'm on this floor. It's nuts. Right, I've got another little thing to go down in a minute. Hang on. It's a shame, because, in places like Miami and stuff, this is deemed as normal. Seriously, this is where I'm like an amateur, and it's like I'm trying to get up. Now, this is what I love. This is why I come down there. Look how beautiful it is. Ready? Ready? Ooh. Oh look, I feel a bit mean actually, because they had the vigil for Sarah here the other day, and Dean were winding me up as well about feminists and stuff, and actually they were being wrong about it, and it is wrong, and it would be like me turning up at a vigil and going on about forced adoption. Do you know what I mean? It would be just completely disrespectful. So I'm just going to finish my live over here and come and say a prayer. Oh my goodness, are you ready? When the march was on, I did this with the buggy with the police. You ready? I hope to God there's no one coming. Holy moly! There we go. All right, 2 seconds before my battery goes. So before I go, I just want to come over here and be a bit more respectful than I was the other day. And, but I've had enough of this. This is mental. This is not about Sarah. Look, in memory of all the women who just wanted to get home, stop blaming women for male violence and start teaching men how to behave. End violence against women. You know, this is not about a police officer who kidnapped and harassed and, you know, murdered somebody. This is about feminist movements riding on the back of something. Don't be telling people to teach men how to behave. Mothers, yes, have responsibility for your children. Women are fucking violent and cruel. Women emotionally abuse. I have seen, look, I'll give it you this, yeah. Being in the world that I've been in, I see what's classed as domestic cases, and I see men crying over their children, not seeing their children, and I see women crying over what these men have done to them. And you know what, if you sat and you listened to all the stories of everything that everybody said, you'd believe every single one of them, and you'd go, it's like my mum does it, and other people do it over Dean on things, and it's like, hang on a minute, you can all point fingers at one person, but hang on a minute. I've seen situations where people have been pregnant in a relationship and they've had a stillborn, and I've seen women end up drinking and all sorts, and I've seen men lose their rag with their missus, and then all of a sudden the police come in and it's like, hang on a minute, mate, you've got this totally wrong. There comes to a point when a man loves a woman so much, and it is so different, it's so different in people who are nasty and vile and do very malicious, horrible rapes, to women who are emotionally abusive to men to the point get bitch slapped. And they do. That vigil down there is not about a woman who was murdered by a police officer. That vigil down there is about a right-wing lesbian feminist and all these other things. And the problem is everybody's joining it in, yeah? If this was about a woman who'd been murdered by a police officer, then it would be police coming down saying we have zero tolerance to this. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. And you can't have all of these campaigns that are going, it shouldn't be about protecting our girls, it should be about educating women. Look, it should just be about educating us all, men and women. And even some of the most nastiest, vilest people out there are the way that they are because they haven't been loved by their mums and their dads. And it is time to stop this whole ridiculousness that is going on in children coming into the world through out of marriage sex and all of this stuff. But anyway, that's what I've got to say on it. I just think it's absolutely ridiculous, and it's exactly the same as other murders and things like that. You know, this is about a police officer, about a man who was a police officer who had raped and murdered an individual. This is not, you cannot have a war on men and talk about men being on curfew and all of this stuff to safeguard. It's not. I've seen so many different movements, and I've seen solicitors do it. I've seen solicitors get women to say they're in domestic violent relationships just so they can get legal aid, and then you've got a man struggling because he can't see his children. I have seen so many horrible things. I have even witnessed a woman smashing herself around the face so the father couldn't see his come and pick up his son and his daughter. And, you know, and there's some really twisted games going on. Why do people do it? They do it because they don't want to lose their children. They do it because they get into a relationship with somebody and they have children together. I can't deal this with people who own, there are domestic violent relationships that go on in between couples. Like, there's lesbian relationships that beat each other up. There's gay people that beat each other up. And there's also people who have some really healthy relationships. But we do not live in a society where people are given the opportunity to sit down and talk with vicars, whatever, counsellors, whatever, sort their problems out. The moment you turn around and start it, they'll just point fingers. It just becomes a criminal thing. And then what this is all doing is taking away from some real severe cases, and I mean genuine severe cases, I have been not believed on things that I have been through because of people that lie about situations. There is women that lie about rape out there just because they feel shitty about having a sexual relationship. There is women out there that will lie about what somebody has done to somebody. There is women out there that would be completely fucking traumatic. And then there is women out there that will rape children. They'll rape men, they'll rape boys, they'll rape girls. And then there are people who have a preference. And then you've got this whole LGBT freaking agenda, mate, that is pushing so much crap into our systems, penetrating our children with bullshit and lies. And it is a hate campaign on men. Why? Daddy didn't love them, or maybe they were raped by a man, and they need to get over their issues and stop projecting it, because not every man is a bad man. And actually, some really bad men are just fucking misguided. It's not our place to judge. And what it should be about is between, not this whole he said, she said stuff, but we should have proper, adequate criminal justice system stuff for this, and we don't. And it shouldn't be, and even when parents separate, judges should be turning around going, I don't give a damn what's gone on between the two of you. As long as these children are okay, I expect both parents to continue being the parents that they are. They should be forced, mate. What we should be getting on more about is about self-love, self-awareness, and safeguarding ourselves and protecting ourselves. And, cover-ups and all sorts. And do you know what? People will come down and they will, this has got fuck all to do with Sarah. Sarah's name's not even on it, mate. They haven't even written rest in peace Sarah. That's how right-wing, lesbian, feminist, man-hating this is. And I am talking from a point of view. I have been battered by somebody, a male, in my relationship with my children's fathers, Aaron and Faith. I have been through that. But you know what? I still wouldn't say that man was a bad man. That man's gone and had some treatment done. He went through some freaking stuff at that particular point, and he dealt with it in the way that he did. People change, people move on. How somebody is in a relationship with one person, they're not the same in the other relationship. And you cannot put everything in the same box. You can't even put one rapist in the same box as another. In some ways you can, but then you could turn around and say, well, hang on a minute, we've got somebody who's had a really great life, really great upbringing, and they've gone out and been a fucking cunt. And then actually now we've got somebody who's been in child trafficking for 10, 15 years and then has gone out and carried out the same functions. It's different. But when you've got candle things like this, it's not got a photo of Sarah. There's not anything to do with Sarah. There's nothing about Sarah. There's not a rest in peace for Sarah. It's all about a hate man campaign. And that's it. And it's about time that people stopped jumping on this stuff and taking away what it is. Every police officer from Portsmouth should come down and light a candle, because it's saying zero tolerance. The police are turning their backs not on Sarah and what's happened. They're turning their backs on an LGBT movement that are hating men, and they are pushing an agenda because it is a man-hating campaign. This is domestic violence, rape. It happens both sides of the coin. So if you want to bring balance and truth to something, bring it to me. I'll talk to you about it all day. But when you want to take something like that and turn it into something that it's not, I think it's absolutely disgusting. I think it's vile. And you know what? There is no domestic violence group out there that is ever going to get the correct support until it brings balance. Until you have got men who have been through emotional abuse and have violence towards them, as well as women, as well as the kids. Yeah, it happens to all. To the children, boy, girl, to the adult, male, female. Yeah? And you cannot discriminate and target and attack a male species. I've had issues with people who are saying that we're in this male-hating world, but you know what? I see it more and more and more and more and more and more. And the more, even when we turned up to the event when they had it on Yes Then, I didn't see husbands and wives all coming out mortified. I saw more so the punk rocking, typical anarchy, lesbian woman, and it's not about being against lesbians, but what I'm saying is, if you've got daddy issues and you've been through a rape, if you think that that is what all men is, then you seriously need to get your ass into fucking counselling and therapy and get your shit together properly, because you're projecting a very, very dangerous situation into this world, and you are, and that's like me. I'm not saying also I've never